Fatima Ba's fashion house is thriving. She's made a name for herself by making outfits in her own workshop. She believes passionately in her local approach, saying it ticks many boxes.
I could have done like many other brands, go abroad, order what I need, bring it here and sell it. But it doesn't create jobs, develop our country, or have a social impact. We have to raise our level in manufacturing and do things locally.
And Fatima isn't alone. Herself and many other designers are bringing new life to the Made in Senegal brand, churning out clothing that people of all ages are proud to wear to different events and occasions. Yet, there are massive constraints on their potential.
There's real work to do to make Made in Senegal more accessible. But that's not possible as long as raw material is difficult to get. It's not possible when production costs and electricity are high. It's also not possible as long as maintenance of machines and access to finance is difficult.
These constraints are all the more worrying because there truly is demand in Senegal, and with the demand comes jobs and the potential for further expansion.
It's only on Friday when I put on African outfits, but other days I dress because I have meetings, conferences and trips, and with Sofato outfits I always stand out.
Senegal is a major cotton producer and was once known as an industrial hub for textiles. The industry crumbled in the 1980s following the collapse of world cotton prices. Despite recovering, many textile producers are now having to import their raw materials, which isn't cheap, or even use material which isn't their first choice.
We still have a problem of yarn supply. Producing about 30 meters of fabric per day is difficult because we do not yet have access to cotton yarn in Senegal. We are forced to import yarn from Egypt or Burkina Faso and sometimes use polyester, which slows down production.
The designers are being helped by the support of leading figures in the country, many of whom regularly wear Made in Senegal clothing in public. Such high-level exposure can only be good for business.
Years ago, we only wore Made in Senegal during religious holidays and then put them away. But now, we don't have that problem because authorities who used to wear Western costumes have adopted this style, like Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko and President Diomaye Faye, who has done much to promote African outfits.
Discussion continue on how to help the Made in Senegal brand, which calls to ban the import of second-hand clothing, something which other countries have done. But this has drawn criticism, as this is an industry that supports a lot of jobs in the country. However, the reopening of an old textiles production factory last year has brought hope to many that Made in Senegal can continue on its upward curve. Caroline B., CGTN.